coverage on President Trump's day in court.
Under New York state law, it is a felony.
The rules of the road are changing.
They're going to create a strain on the distribution system.
As more and more electric cars hit the streets, the home of the heat once again has a new name. And South Florida surfer has a close encounter with a shark.
Did you see the shark?
Yes, I saw a shark after it bit me.
These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Amanda Gray.
I am Paloma Pimentel. Today is Wednesday, April 5th, 2023.
Live from the FIU Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Even after arraignment, some big Trump supporters in attendance for a speech last night at Mar-a-Lago.
Before that, in New York City, former President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty to 34 felony charges of falsifying business records.
Reporter Sabrina Beckerstein is live in Washington, D.C., where security was increased this week.
Barricades surround the Capitol this morning just in case for a protest after Trump's indictment claims that he was giving hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels. The indictment claims Trump kept falsified business records for the purpose of concealing a $130,000 payment to Daniels to cover up an alleged affair in the days leading up to the 2016 election.
Under New York state law, it is a felony to falsify business records with intent to defraud and an intent to conceal another crime. That is exactly what this case is about.
The former president's attorney, Todd Blanche, believes the indictment is lacking evidence to the accusations being said and that this case will be fought hard.
It doesn't allege any federal crime, any state crime that's been violated. It doesn't allege what the false statement is. And it's really disappointing. It's sad, and we're going to fight it.
Trump returned to Mar-a-Lago on Tuesday night. His lawyers intend to dissect every charge in the currently unsealed indictment and set up their defense there. During Trump's speech last night in Mar-a-Lago, he refers to the indictment as a fake case, interfering with his presidential run in the 2024 elections. I'm Sabrina Beckerstein in Washington, D.C. for the South Florida Media Network.
During his speech back at his home in Palm Beach County, the former president said that it was something he never thought could happen. A closer look at that now and at the court documents that spell out his alleged crimes.
According to the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, former President Donald Trump was at the center of an alleged catch-and-kill scheme to suppress negative stories about him in order to influence the 2016 presidential election and benefit his electoral prospects. When Trump appeared in a New York courtroom yesterday, he pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records. Speaking at Mar-a-Lago last night, he lashed out at the district attorney, the judge in the case, and at the indictment itself.
And I never thought anything like this could happen in America. Never thought it could happen. The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it.
According to Manhattan prosecutors, the alleged scheme involved Trump, his former personal attorney Michael Cohen, and the then head of American Media Incorporated, David Pecker. During an August 2015 meeting at Trump Tower, Pecker said he would act as the eyes and ears for the campaign by alerting Cohen to negative stories about Trump, according to court documents.
The next time former President Trump is scheduled to appear in person is not for another 8 months, on December the 4th, just 2 months before presidential voting in Iowa.
A bill was passed by the Florida Senate that would ban most abortions after the 6-week gestational period, or about 4 weeks of pregnancy. The bill still has to be approved by the state's GOP-led House. If it becomes law, physicians who actively participate in abortions that violate the bill could be charged with third-degree felonies. There are exceptions for women facing life-threatening harm and victims of rape, incest, and human trafficking.
Maryland wants to pass a plan to reduce the number of gas-powered cars over the next 12 years. If regulations are approved, it would substantially help reduce the gas emissions in the state. Reporter Rachel Costa has more from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Right now, most of the cars you see driving by take gas. Some Maryland officials hope that you'll start seeing more and more electric cars on state roads. But some say while it's good in theory, it might be difficult logistically. Governor Wes Moore announced his plan to ban the sale of new gas-powered cars by 2035, saying, "We need to make sure that this clean car revolution leaves no one behind. Electric cars are the future, and I want to make sure anyone and everyone can and will be a part of that future." Maryland is one of the 17 states that agreed to follow the emission standards first started by California. It sets an annual zero-emission vehicle and plug-in hybrid vehicle sales requirements that aim to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. According to Dr. Mohammed, for such regulations to work, it would require more charging stations and a large investment in renewable energy sources to maintain proper energy distribution.
And the issue that is associated with electrified transportation, if you don't have a long-term plan or a decision, is that they're going to create a strain on the distribution system.
And while Florida is not one of the states currently following what California and others want to do, he said it is viable if utility companies come together with programs to help people move to electrification and use a renewable energy business portfolio. While some officials have called it a radical environmental policy, if the regulations are approved, it will go into effect in September to start phasing out the sales of gas-powered cars. Reporting for the South Florida Media Network, I'm Rachel Costa from Maryland.
Miami Heat's beloved waterfront arena has officially shed the name FTX Arena. The deal with the crypto agency would have lasted 19 years but fizzled after the cryptocurrency exchange had to file for bankruptcy. Miami Heat's home will now be Kaseya Center after a $117 million deal was made with the leader in internet security, making it the first local company to have naming rights to the arena.
Perhaps the new arena naming was good luck, because it's not that often that the Heat, Panthers, and Marlins all win on the same night. We begin with the Heat, who were on the road in Detroit last night. They beat the Pistons 118-105. Miami now sits just one game behind Brooklyn for the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
In hockey, the Florida Panthers and the Buffalo Sabres are two of the 4 teams fighting for the last 2 Eastern Conference playoff spots. They played each other last night. The Panthers defended home ice and won the game 2-1. The Panthers and the Islanders hold the 2 wild cards right now, with Pittsburgh 1 point behind them.
It was all defense down in Little Havana. Despite scoring only 1 run, the Marlins handed the Minnesota Twins their first loss of the season. Marlins starting pitcher Sandy Alcantara pitched a complete game shutout, allowing just 3 hits.
Rare video of killer whales on the hunt in the wild.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
It didn't feel real at all. It felt very, very surreal.
A South Florida surfer comes face to face with a shark and lives to tell the story. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Shark strike affecting a surfer from South Florida. A shark attack can happen in an instant. This happened to young surfer Matt Picarelli, who has encountered a painful recovery.
Reporter Michael Buxner is in Fort Pierce with the victim's story.
It was a big animal next to me coming towards me, and then once it bit me, it took a chomp out of my foot and then just immediately left. It just flew away like so quick.
Did you see the shark?
Yes, I saw the shark after it bit me. Everything happening so quickly, it was just, it didn't feel real at all. It felt very, very surreal.
Rushed out of the water.
It was bleeding everywhere too, so I had a whole bunch of strangers helping me out, giving me water, putting pressure on the wound.
And to a local hospital, Matt Picarelli shared these images of the aftermath and damage of the shark's bite.
50 stitches, broken tendon, chipped a bone. Yeah, it didn't look good.
Today, he's recovering from the physical wounds and luckily can feel his toes, but he says the bite keeps replaying in his mind.
Every night I've been having nightmares about it, and I'm having sharks, whether I'm in the water or even in a room, coming towards me and biting my leg, biting my arm, biting my side, biting something and attacking me.
Through the pain,
to every surfer, they know that there's the danger of sharks and them being out there, and that, you know, we're in their house essentially.
Matthew smiles.
You're able to laugh about this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I feel like I always have a positive mind. I'm optimistic.
And in case you're wondering,
you going back in the water?
Is my mom here? I've surfed my entire life. I'm a waterman. I love the ocean. I'm in there every day, so I don't see myself not going back in after this.
That was Michael Buxner reporting Matt has 6 weeks of physical therapy.
A dramatic moment caught on camera. Orcas attacked 2 whales. It happened just south of the San Francisco Bay Area. A member of a whale watching group witnessed and recorded when more than 30 killer whales attacked 2 gray whales. The attack lasted approximately 6 hours before the whales parted ways and escaped to shallow waters. You're watching SFMN Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I am Paloma Pimentel.
I'm Amanda Gray. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.